What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. It's been a while since I have made a video, but I'm back, guys. I'm back, and we're gonna be consistent. Okay, I promise we're gonna be consistent this time with the videos, with the trade breakdowns, analysis, and everything like that. If you guys been on my Instagram, I've been giving out my analysis on NAS. Right? If you're paying attention. So I've been giving out my analysis on NAS. I've been posting it to my Instagram, just sharing my analysis and, what I'm thinking, where I'm thinking for this market is going. And what I talked about was this bullish market cycle on NAS, right? This is what we're talking about. We're talking about this bullish market cycle here on NAS. So as you guys can see, we're in a bullish market cycle right now. We're seeing the accumulations. We're seeing the reaccumulations, right? We have what? Accumulation of buyers here. As you guys don't know, I do use Wyckoff Theory. I do use Wyckoff in my analysis, in my trades. So that is something that I do teach is Wyckoff, right? And I believe Wyckoff is one of the best theories out there. That's just my personal opinion. But here we go, right? We have an accumulation right here. This is showing interest in buyers. Right there, we have a reaccumulation, and we broke this high. Right, as soon as I see something like this, as soon as I see this buyer's interest with the accumulation, the reaccumulation, I know the market is in a bullish market cycle. Okay, so I was expecting manipulations to the downside, of course. So of course we're going to see manipulations, especially this is indices. Usually equities open, which is 9:30 a.m. Eastern. That is the official equities open. So we're going to see these manipulations to the downside. So I want you guys to pay attention to this current, theme that is going on this market right here. We have Asian session right here, and we have the manipulations to the downside right there. What do we have? Asian session here, and we have the manipulations to the downside. Okay, and we have even more. We have Asian session, and you guys can see we're continuously manipulating to the downside and going higher. Every single day, manipulating to the downside, right? We had the manipulation lower and we're going higher. Okay, I was able to catch this move right here. Now these earlier moves, I know I did not get into this one, and also this one right here was another one that I was supposed to catch, but I ended up not being on the charts at the time that it came down here. I can actually show you guys this from my Discord. Let's see, where is it at? It's a couple days ago. Current update on NAS, right? Bullish market cycle. This is what I was looking for us to react inside of this area right here. You see the 80%. All right, so boom, that was the 80%, and it ended up going higher. But it's just the time I wasn't on the charts at that time. I actually got off the charts by that time, so I wasn't able to actually physically execute that trade. It was outside of my trading time. So but we ended up going higher, and I ended up catching it the next day. And this is what I explain. I want to explain to you guys right here is this trade breakdown. So let's get into it. Right, gave you guys that little intro. So NAS is bullish. I just wanted you guys to understand my bias, and we're in a bullish market cycle. I mean, if I zoom out some more, come on guys, we're bullish, right? The more I zoom out, the more you realize how bullish we are. And there's no stopping this, right? I can't say that this is going to stop somewhere specific. You cannot try to stop these markets. And the thing is, this can go as much as it wants to. There's no certain price point. There's no cap. As you zoom out, you can see the price just goes higher and higher and higher. What does that mean? That means when the market is bullish like this, and this is all-time highs too, guys. When the market is bullish like this, just continuously buy it. I am not going to say, oh, maybe it's overbought. Maybe, the price at some point we are going to fall. But right now is not that point. As long as the market continuously showing me this bullish market cycle and I'm seeing the accumulations, the reaccumulations going higher, why not continually buy it higher? I'd be stupid to start thinking, oh, maybe it's time for us to sell. The market has not showed me that yet. So until the market shows me it's time to sell, I'm going to continue buying it. The thing about this entry is I was actually waiting for us to get into this blue box right here. I still have it here. This was my point of interest that I wanted the market to come into. It was specifically here because this was equities open right here. So if we were going to react out of anywhere, I figured we were going to react out of the previous equities open from the previous day. So that's what I was looking for. I was looking for us to come down here give me that lower time frame entry, which we ended up doing here. So this is where I ended up getting inside the trade, but I wanted us to come into the POI. We didn't get into the POI, so I had to do a different criteria in order to enter this trade, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys that right now. So as you guys know, like I said, we're manipulating down, manipulating lower, and we're going higher, right? So that's exactly what I was looking for. I was looking for that manipulation lower. And this is exactly what we got. We have Asian session right here. You can see we rated Asian session highs, and then we rated the lows. So we were creating this tiny trend to the downside after we rated these lows here. You can see that we went back higher, mitigated here, right? Because we end up taking out the high. So we were creating this tiny trend lower. All right. And this is a very key point. The reason why is because since the market did not tap into my entry, I had to look for a different way, or since the market did not tap into my POI, I had to look for a different way to get in. So here's what I started seeing. As my trading time came in, as you guys can see this orange area right here, this is my trading time that I trade. As my trading time came in, I noticed the market was accumulating. So we were accumulating, we were ranging as well. So accumulation is a type of range, right? If you guys know Wyckoff, you know that accumulations, distributions, they are ranges, and it's a specific type of range, right? But getting into that, we seen this range right here that was creating liquidity. Well, I seen this range right here that was creating liquidity. As you guys can see, we know that liquidity is being underneath these lows, and we seen the manipulation down. So we had the manipulation lower that took out these lows. After that, we got a change of character. So confirming this accumulation, right? We got to change the character. We got that push higher. So once I seen that, I was like, okay, so maybe the market is ready to go, right? But as you know, I was waiting for the market to come inside of my POI. So basically, there was nothing stopping this market from creating this accumulation, going higher, coming into this price action, and then just coming back lower into the POI, or even just coming lower to mitigate this huge area. I knew the market could very well do that. I've seen the market do that before, so I needed to see a break of structure. I need to see a certain break of structure. And I mean, if you guys know what break of structure, what I was looking for, well, since I seen that we were creating this tiny trend as we're going lower, what high do I need to break in order to invalidate this structure, this 1 minute structure going lower? What high did I need the market to invalidate? I needed the market to invalidate the previous high, which was right here. So this is what I was waiting for, to see that break of structure before I started buying the market, right? So I'm gonna put boom, lower time frame break of structure. This is the how I was waiting for the market to break before I was saying, okay, I'm ready to get in, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to take this market higher. The market is ready to go higher. I needed to see that because, like I said before, the market could have easily just continued lower. Okay, so when we have our accumulations and we have our schematics, when it comes to Wyckoff, we have extra little confirmations that's going to prove that our schematics is correct. I need to prove that buyers are actually interested in here because we're in the middle of nowhere, right? So if this accumulation is supposed to represent buyers, and if it would have happened inside this POI, I wouldn't need it to do any more. I wouldn't need any more confirmation because we're already in a point of interest that I'm looking for buys anyways, right? Since we didn't reach that point of interest, I need a little bit more from this area. I need this area to do something. So since this accumulation here was the reason why we went higher and to take out this high, that gave me confirmation that, hey, you know, this is higher probability that maybe we will not come into our POI. So I had to think about that. And I was like, okay, since the market was able to go higher and invalidate this high right here and create this BOS, I'm ready to get into the market. All right, I'm ready to take the market higher. I don't need to wait for it to come in here. All right, so we have this manipulation down that took out liquidity. Market goes higher. Okay, and as you guys can see, we came close. We didn't exactly break the high yet. So this is very important. We didn't break the high. I need to see that high broken. So just because we came close and we came back down, as you guys can see, we mitigated this here, this manipulation, mitigated the manipulation, and we took out liquidity again. As you guys can see, we have what? Trend line liquidity. We have all these lows right here. So this is known as trend line liquidity. And one more thing I want you guys to know is this move to the downside is equities open, right? This happened during equities open. I think this was like what, 5 minutes after equities open that we had this manipulation down. That gave me even more confirmation, knowing that this is what equities open did, knowing that equities open is usually highly volatile. That's when the market opened. That's when the stock market is opening, guys. This is NAS. We're trading indices. So pay attention to these times, right? That's when the stock market opens. We have equities open. So the market going lower and taking out these lows, mitigating the previous mitigation right here. Mitigating the previous manipulation right here, because you guys know that we went lower here, taking out these lows, and then we went higher. Now the market came back again, going lower, taking out these lows, mitigating this previous manipulation that did the exact same thing. And then look, we go higher. So after I see that, and look, we also invalidated our high. So when I seen that, I knew, okay, now my entry is not going to be from here. Since the market already came here and tapped into this area, my entry is going to be off of this manipulation, right? So I didn't want to take the entire thing, okay? Now, when it comes to like the specific entry itself, I didn't want to take this entire area here. All right, we didn't want to take this entire area. I could have, but that's not what I wanted to do. All right, so basically what I did was I used my fibs here and I took it off to 50%. Now this red line is just representing the institutional numbers. If you guys don't know what the institutional numbers is, it's 500, 00, 750, and then you got 00, right? You got 250, you got 500, you got 750. And basically I'm doing this because I want to see what's the nature of this market reacting off of these institutional numbers. Since we are at all-time highs, that's the only thing I have to go off of. I don't have, there's no price action for us to, speculate. So I have to use the institutional numbers. The next institutional number is going to be 18,250. Right there. After that is going to be 18,500, right? So you guys get the, gist. Since we do not have price action on the left side, we don't have any past price action. This is the highest the market has been. Okay, this is all-time high. So we are basically just going higher, and I'm continuously following this higher as long as the market wants to continue doing that. So boom, this right here is the 80%. This right here is the 50%. You guys can't see it, so I'm gonna delete this right here. And here it is. We have the 80%, the 50% of the fibs, which is represented by this purple, this pinkish purple line right here. And that's simply where my entry came off of, guys. That was my entry right there. And I did end up holding this trade for like 2 days, I guess. This was on Thursday. Well, one day, really. One day, my TP that I was looking for, which was somewhere up here. Was it? Yeah, it was somewhere up here that I was looking for my TP. It was going to be close to this, and it ended up hitting like the next day. But just looking at the market, you can see the market actually came back lower and everything like that. So my trading plan and my trading rules, when I get into my trade, I hold my trade till TP or till stop loss. So that's what I believe you should do. I do not partial. I do go reduce risk when it makes sense. So when the market, started going higher like this, and we made this high, so we went from here to here to here. Once we made this, we cleared this new high, then I went break even and reduce risk. Right at that point, that's what I did. And as you guys can see, the market actually did another manipulation, and this was during equities open as well. This was news. This right here was news, but then we had equities open going down. Equities open going down, and then look at the market again. So we manipulated the same thing here as I showed you guys earlier. The trend line liquidity is lower here, but here you can see the same thing. We have the trend line liquidity and the market manipulating it going higher. Okay, so I was already in the trade. There was no more entries that I could have taken here, since this right here is Asian session. All of this is after session. Right, all of this is after session, and all of this is, going into Sydney, Asian session, everything like that. And also, London session did not give me anything here. If we would have manipulated Asian lows, right, as you guys can see, we manipulated Asian lows all the previous days before. If we would have manipulated Asian lows and then we went higher, I most likely would have taken another entry when the market came right here, and we would have taken that higher, but we don't have that manipulation. So I was just stuck with my one entry going off right here. So that's what I was just holding, that one entry going higher. Like I said, I ended up closing it after my session time, somewhere up here, since it was, you know, it was Friday, the market's about to close, right? So I don't want to go into like the next week with that entry, and I was happy with the profits. So anyways, boom, we took out this liquidity and we went higher, and that is basically the trade. Now, one thing I'm gonna give you guys right now is I'm gonna let you know where my next area is going to be to take this trade at, and it simply is going to be off of this manipulation here. So I'm going to be waiting for the market to get back into this area, and let's do this real quick. Boom, right? That is simply what I'm going to be waiting for on a longer term. If we do not give me a setup up here and the market just says, let's say the market just starts retracing back down and we get back into this right here, this recent manipulation, this is the next area that I'm going to be looking for trades to take it higher. Okay, that's where I'm going to be looking for next to continue this market higher if we do not get anything up here. All right, so that is the trade breakdown, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys can take something from this, and I will see you guys in the next one. More consistency is coming up, guys. Don't worry, you'll see me in the next video. Peace out. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and all of my socials will be down in the link in the description. Peace out.